Welcome to the 2024 AIA New York State Excelsior and Professional Service Awards and the AGC New York State Jeffrey J. Zogg Build New York and Distinguished Service Awards, where we honor excellence and dedication in architecture and construction. This video is sponsored by Pike Construction Services. When it comes to your building needs, it's not enough to find a construction company that gets the job done. You want to partner with a deep understanding of their craft, your business, and how to navigate today's ever-changing landscape. Through 5 generations of proven experience and a promise to always put innovation at the forefront, we're finding new ways to establish trust and help our clients evolve in their respective spaces. Whether it's integrating delivery processes or promoting sustainability initiatives, we continuously look ahead and stand for more than construction as usual. Beyond project management and quality of work, our greatest success story is the people we engage, because before we build from the ground up, we build relationships from within. Congratulations to all who are being recognized tonight, and a special congratulations to Tom Judson. Tom, thank you for your dedication, expertise, and leadership over the years. Celebrating its 10th year, the AIA New York State Excelsior Awards program highlights the best in publicly funded buildings, outdoor areas, and public art across New York State, and the professionals who support and advocate for them. 9 projects were recognized for an award in the categories of historic preservation, landscape architecture, new construction, and renovation addition. The interdisciplinary jury evaluated the projects based on a set of 3 criteria. Firmness, demonstrating design based on sound architectural and engineering principles and responsible use of public funds to achieve the maximum public benefit. Commodity, demonstrating design that is functional and impactful, providing socioeconomic benefits to the surrounding community and advancing the owner's mission. And delight, demonstrating design that achieves beauty and harmony through respect for the surrounding context, understanding and consideration of human scale, and satisfaction of user needs, both explicit and implicit. Over 100 projects throughout New York State have been recognized over the past 10 years. In 1990, the Build New York Awards program was developed as a way to highlight the positive impact of the construction industry in New York State, involving building and heavy highway construction. On October 15, 2010, the AGC New York State Board of Directors adopted the resolution to rename the Build New York Awards the Jeffrey J. Zogg Build New York Awards, in honor of late AGC New York State President Jeffrey J. Zogg. This was done as a testament to Jeff's nearly 40-year career of dedication and service to the association, and a tribute to his drive for quality and recognition of the need to create partnerships within our industry. The award emphasizes the construction team, not only the general contractor or construction manager, but also many others: the owner, architect, engineer, subcontractors, suppliers, and craftspeople who contribute to the success of the project. Since its inception, the Build New York Award winners have symbolized the best of construction projects in the state. Winning projects have included buildings and bridges large and small, new and renovations, public and private. Some projects are beautiful, others ordinary to the eye. But they all have one thing in common: they presented challenges that were met successfully by the winning company and the project team. Celebrating its 33rd anniversary this year, the Jeffrey J. Zogg Build New York Awards are selected by a jury of industry peers. 138 different projects throughout New York State have been honored over the years. The Granite Award is displayed prominently in dozens of contractor and client offices throughout New York State. Let's introduce the recipients of this year's AIA New York State Excelsior Awards. Submitted by Architecture Plus, the H. Carl McCall SUNY Administration Building Towers, located in Albany, New York, received an honor award in the Historic Preservation category. The H. Carl McCall SUNY Building, formerly the Delaware and Hudson Railroad headquarters and the Albany Evening Journal newspaper office, serves as the hub for the State University of New York System Administration and State University Construction Fund offices. It is listed on the National Register of Historic Places and is a centerpiece of the downtown Albany corridor. It is one of the most identifiable elements of the city skyline. The McCall-SUNY building was constructed in 2 phases in the first quarter of the 20th century, when railroads were at their peak and the capital region served as a key intersection of north-south and east-west rail traffic. The middle 1970s saw the renovation of this building and the adjacent former federal courthouse building as the new administrative headquarters of the rapidly expanding State University of New York system. In the ensuing 50 years, the McCall building has undergone interior and exterior renovations that have produced and maintained a modern, efficient, and enjoyable workplace for SUNY staff. This exterior preservation project focused on the maintenance and repair of deteriorated decorative cast stone facade elements, gutters, and exterior lighting elements at the south and central towers. The central tower was wrapped in scaffolding for more than a year, giving workers, designers, and administrators detailed and up-close access to all 14 stories of facade. Attention was paid to remediate localized instances of corroded steel and masonry reinforcement, and to replace failed patches from previous masonry repairs, essential to maintain the integrity of the building's envelope and to safeguard against any potentially unsafe condition. The work also included the selective repointing of exterior masonry mortar joints and the installation of sealants and lead weather caps on skyward-facing joints of projecting horizontal surfaces. Lupini Construction should be commended for their diligence and commitment to performing this work. The State University Construction Fund and Architecture Plus, along with their consultants Ryan Biggs Clark Davis, work collaboratively, creatively, and effectively throughout the design and construction process. Preserving this building solidifies its prominent place in Albany's history. Submitted by Weiss Manfredi and SWA Balsley with Arup, Hunters Point South Waterfront Park in Queens, New York, received an honor award in the Landscape Architecture category. Hunters Point South Park transforms 30 acres of post-industrial waterfront into a program-rich public space, simultaneously serving as a protective perimeter for the neighboring residential community. The project has become an international model of urban ecology and laboratory for inhabitable and floodable infrastructures. The site is waterfront and city, gateway and sanctuary, framing a new multi-layered recreational and cultural destination. This new collection of landscapes connects to the surrounding communities, offers views of the Manhattan skyline, and provides the Queens, New York neighborhood with much-needed access to the water's edge. Completed in 2 phases, the park incorporates active and passive recreation. The northern precinct is designed as a heavily programmed space that accommodates a greater amount of daily use than the passive landscape of the southern precinct. The park's central green, designed to accommodate floodwaters, is framed by a pavilion and cafe with views across the river. An urban beach, rail garden, dog runs, and play areas offer places of active recreation at the water's edge. A continuous meandering causeway, elevated slightly above the river, protects nearly 1.5 acres of newly established wetlands. The design also leverages the site's dramatic topography with a shaded grassy promontory, a new island reached by a pedestrian bridge, a kayak launch, exercise and picnic terraces, a collection of intimate breakout lounges off the pathways, and a dramatic cantilevered overlook that hovers above the wetlands and offers panoramic views of the Manhattan skyline. The park connects to the residential community at each cross street with entry foyers marked with distinct plantings and wood benches. In strategic locations, these extend down to the water with a wood boardwalk seating area. The park is a design collaboration between SWA Balsley and Weiss Manfredi with Arup as the prime consultant and infrastructure designer. The project at 2050 Grand Concourse in Bronx, New York, submitted by Magnuson Architecture and Planning PC and Unique People Services, Robert Sanborn Development, received a Merit Award in the New Construction category. 2050 Grand Concourse brings sustainability achievements, affordable and supportive housing, and a social service provider to anchor a once vacant corner of one of New York City's most prominent thoroughfares. While decidedly contemporary, the design reinterprets Art Deco themes for contemporary urban living, a statement through aesthetics that gives value to the mission of this development and advocates for quality and dignity in housing. The mixed-use, multi-family building on a difficult-to-develop site addresses community needs and offers an instantly recognizable structure to an iconic stretch of buildings. The 96 apartments, 95 plus a supers unit, serve low to moderate income households and adults with chronic illness. Amenities include a landscape rear terrace and a 13th floor community room flanked by 2 roof decks with views of the neighborhood and Manhattan skyline. Glazing in hallways invites natural light, and single-loaded corridors on most floors provide views northward over the Bronx. Large windows in apartments flood living spaces with more daylight, helping to improve and maintain mental health. In addition to on-site social services, a 10,000 square foot office and community facility serves as a new headquarters for the project's nonprofit owner and provides space for local organizations. 2050 Grand Concourse is LEED Platinum certified and a NYSERDA Buildings of Excellence competition winner. As such, it has served as a model for sustainable development and helped to promote the building technologies necessary to meet our ambitious climate goals. Barrington House in Rochester, New York, submitted by Plan Architectural Studio, has earned a Merit Award in the New Construction category. The first of its kind in Monroe County, Barrington House is a 28-bed community residence for women in recovery and their children. The 3-story building sits on a tight, half-acre site in the city of Rochester. The program provides a safe place for women who don't have to make the difficult choice between seeking treatment for alcohol and substance use or staying home to care for their children. The building addresses the street corner and wraps around a south-facing exterior courtyard. This allows for strategic but reduced rear yard parking and significantly increased the green space to accommodate a secure children's play area. The building is within walking and biking distance of essential services. The building's massing is representative of its function, with a 3-story volume housing resident sleeping rooms, counseling offices, and group social rooms. A high bay dining room wing anchors the west end of the site, and the 2 volumes are linked with a glazed entrance lobby. Northeast corner group rooms with full-height glazing provide views out to the street and bring in natural daylight, contributing to the therapeutic design. The facade is wrapped with horizontal shiplap siding, with 2 primary hues delineating the main masses, and terracotta-toned accent ribbons activating the perimeter. Canopies define the entrances and provide shelter from the elements. The building glows like a lantern at night, a testament to its ample glazed fenestration. The building has simple circulation and large windows to aid in wayfinding, providing exterior views and natural light. Sleeping rooms have oversized operable windows and natural-hued finished materials. Electric HVAC with individual controls and highly insulated building envelope provides both energy efficiency and comfort. Barrington House is a welcome addition to its urban neighborhood, providing a positive impact on its neighbors and the community at large. Located in Brooklyn, New York, the Sunset Park branch of the Brooklyn Public Library, submitted by Mitchell Jurgula, has been recognized with a Merit Award in the New Construction category. The new Sunset Park Library embodies the goals and aspirations of a diverse group of stakeholders, including Brooklyn Public Library, New York City, New York State, and most importantly, those who live in Sunset Park. To increase the density and utility of a previously underutilized site, the library partnered with the Fifth Avenue Committee to develop a new, greatly expanded library combined with affordable housing. The program for the new library nearly doubled the size of the existing library to 20,000 square feet. The architect was responsible for the library design, both inside and out. The library shares its footprint with the affordable housing project above, but has 2 distinct entries for each function: the library on 4th Avenue and the housing on 51st Street. The plan called for the library to occupy the first 3 floors of the building, and the housing floors occupy part of the 2nd floor through the 8th floor. The library serves adults, teens, and children and provides community space after and during regular library hours. The floors are integrated seamlessly with a grand staircase and accessible by elevator. The stairs encourage occupant movement and health, and create opportunities for social interaction along their length. Patron spaces are naturally lit and comfortably furnished, an oasis for the Sunset Park neighborhood. The first and second floor facades reveal the active, brightly colored, and well-lit adult and children's spaces. The spaces are outfitted for the modern era, with collections, technology, and flexible space needed to accommodate many uses and serve a large, diverse group of patrons. A light well along the 4th Avenue facade allows borrowed light to penetrate the lower level, where teens have dedicated spaces. A recording studio, tutoring room, and active and quiet areas will meet the diverse needs of a diverse community. Submitted by Circular, the Corona 3K Center located in Corona, New York is the recipient of a Merit Award in the New Construction category. This project was designed under the New York City School Construction Authority's innovative 3K capacity program, where existing or under construction buildings are repurposed for use as schools. The intent of the SCA's 3K capacity program is to rapidly increase the seating capacity of 3K programs across the city by reutilizing existing and under construction buildings. Corona 3K is located in Corona, Queens, one of the fastest growing neighborhoods in the city, with more than 30% of the neighborhood under 18 years old. As an underserved area with a large population of newly arrived residents, most parents must work during the day. High-quality public childcare and schooling is therefore in huge demand. The project set out to deliver a highly comfortable, efficient, healthy, and playful 3K center to serve this urgent community need. The accelerated program timelines allowed for only 90 days for complete design and engineering in order to meet a 15-month schedule for project turnover. Working in collaboration with the landlord, the team quickly modified the proposed design for under-construction spec commercial buildings to incorporate updated facade, core, and interior layouts to meet stringent SCA standards and enhanced energy performance. All entrances, classrooms, and support spaces exceed standards for both adult and child accessibility, including accommodating toddler-sized fixtures and hardware. Despite challenges presented by the existing core and the quick turnaround time, the team significantly improved sustainability in the project and implemented passive house principles to reduce energy as well as provide benefits in air quality and acoustic isolation. Important as the school sits next to the elevated tracks of the 7 train. Working with the existing structure, strict design, cost requirements from the SCA, and a rapid timeline, the team delivered a colorful, bright, and welcoming facility with high-performance detailing benefiting the occupant and the environment. Located in Queens, New York, the Mosaic Pre-K Center at New York Hall of Science, submitted by MD Zerbady Associates Architecture, is a recipient of an honor award in the New Construction category. Mosaic Pre-K Center is the first of its kind in New York City, a state-of-the-art facility that offers early childhood STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and math, educational programming in partnership with the New York Hall of Science. Located in Flushing Meadows, Corona Park, Queens, the Pre-K Center has access to resources at the New York Hall of Science, providing opportunities for continuous learning and community engagement. The New York Hall of Science sought a partnership with the Department of Education to create a STEAM curriculum that could be used in a pre-K program at an available site nearby. Part of the New York City Mayoral Universal Pre-K Initiative, the school provides free all-day 3K and pre-K programming to the low-income surrounding neighborhood of Corona, Queens. The school is located in Parkland adjacent to the New York Hall of Science, an interactive educational museum that originated as a pavilion for the 1939 World's Fair. The client, community, and stakeholders envisioned an architecturally distinguished world-class facility for the program. Focused on STEAM education, the building includes 17 classrooms, 2 multi-purpose rooms, and support spaces. It demonstrates the benefits of advancement of STEAM disciplines critical to a sustainable future. All aspects of the building derive from a complete energy modeling analysis. The highly insulated and tightly sealed envelope of architectural precast wall panels and aluminum and glass curtain walls with integrated sunshades reduce energy use in the all-electric building. High-efficiency heat pump units and LED lighting throughout minimize electric loads. Water-conserving plumbing fixtures and native plantings without irrigation systems reduce water consumption. Recycled and locally sourced materials contribute to achieving a New York City Green Schools certification, equivalent to LEED for school silver rating. In Rochester, New York, the Neighborhood of Play, submitted by CJS Architects, LLC, has received an honor award in the new construction category. The Neighborhood of Play urban planning and design project started in 2014 with the anticipated removal of the Inner Loop East Expressway in Rochester, New York. The City of Rochester had secured funding for the removal of the expressway, and the firm was hired by the Strong National Museum of Play to develop a master plan for the museum's property in response to the opportunity afforded by the adjacent expressway's removal. Our resulting master plan in 2016 proposed the creation of a new neighborhood, the Neighborhood of Play, centered around an expanded museum. The firm was able to assemble a total of 12 acres for the neighborhood, including 3 acres from the expressway removal, 7 acres of museum parking, and 2 acres from an adjacent city-owned parcel. The final master plan included a 100,000 square foot museum expansion, a 1,000-car parking structure, and over 6 acres of new development parcels for 240 residential units, 17,000 square feet of mixed-use commercial space, and a 125-room hotel. To implement the master plan, the museum partnered with private developers and turned over 3 acres of museum property for private development and new dedicated streets. Our design team was retained by the development partners for all neighborhood projects. Over the next 7 years, all portions of the master plan were implemented. The city infilled the expressway and constructed a new surface street with an adjacent tree-lined cycle track, fronting the proposed hotel, mixed-use, and residential parcels. For the first implementation phase, the firm constructed the parking structure while providing temporary parking for the museum on the vacant expressway infill parcels. Upon completion of the parking structure, the firm constructed the final phases, including museum expansion, market rate and affordable housing, mixed-use commercial, hotel, streets, and privately owned public spaces. The entire neighborhood was completed in the summer of 2023. The rehabilitation of Alumni Hall in Oneonta, New York, submitted by Thaler Riley Wilson Architecture and Preservation, has been honored with a Merit Award in the Renovation Addition category. SUNY Oneonta's Alumni Hall was constructed as the campus library in 1960 and was converted into an office building in the mid-1970s to house a variety of campus programs. Since then, the 3-story, 48,000 square foot building has had minor renovations, creating a rabbit warren of uninviting spaces. The campus master plan recommended that the building be renovated to house the college's advancement and alumni offices and be the location of the School of Economics and Business. Built into a hillside, the building was located between residence halls below and the academic quad above. The new design creates a circulation path through the center of the building, connecting the 2 areas. Students experience learning on display with classrooms, small group study rooms, a student innovation center, and a Bloomberg trading room, all positioned along a center core. Plenty of glass partitions allow those who walk through the building, students, faculty, alumni, and donors, to see the wide variety of teaching and collaboration opportunities used on the campus. The building core also links access from the Perimeter Loop Road to the residential quad on the other side of the building. Strategic improvements to the building's exterior highlight building entrances and create a recognizable and attractive terminus to the campus's academic spine. The project was one of the first to follow the State University of New York's Deep Energy Retrofit Directive and the campus's energy usage master plan to reduce the building's carbon footprint by using significant envelope insulation, chilled beam air distribution, and the development of a geothermal well field. The renovation of Alumni Hall is pursuing a Platinum LEED ID&C certification. The project included all new ME, PFP, and AV data security systems, new electrical switchgear, emergency generator, elevator, roof, and ADA improvements. The project was completed on budget and on schedule. Congratulations once again to all the AIA New York State Excelsior Award recipients. At this time, we'd like to thank this year's Excelsior Awards jury. Now let's introduce this year's Jeffrey J. Zogg Build New York winners. Our first award winner is Andron Construction Corporation for Phillips Manor Hall, located in Yonkers, New York. Originally built in the 1600s by Frederick Phillips I, a Dutch carpenter who amassed great wealth, the manor was enjoyed by the Phillips family until Frederick Phillips III found himself on the losing side of the Revolutionary War. The house passed through the hands of several families, was acquired by the city of Yonkers as a municipal center, and then ultimately donated to the state of New York. Phillips Manor Hall is Westchester County's second oldest standing building and one of the oldest historic sites in the United States. For over a century, it has been open as an historic house and museum of art, architecture, and history. The New York State Office of Parks and Recreation and Historic Preservation hired Andron Construction as general contractor for the manor house rehabilitation and site enhancements. New construction included a 2-story elevator and restroom service wing, and renovations including interior and exterior architectural restoration projects, plaster, woodwork, floors, masonry, roofing and painting, new electrical, information technology, security, and fire detection systems, improved landscaping, lighting, parking and walkways, new seating areas, plantings and shade trees, and ADA accessibility improvements. All components of the interior and exterior millwork, trim, and wood flooring are historical artifacts and required refinishing that preserves their age and patina. Original foundations and underground artifacts exposed by new site work were photographed and documented. Phillips Manor Hall boasts a rare and important example of a 1750s papier-mâché rococo ceiling, which needed protection during all work to the floor above. The renovation design connects the 17th century to the 21st century, modernizing the systems and the amenities while limiting visual disruption to the original building, both inside and out. Our second award winner is Lehigh Construction Group for Canterbury Woods Performing Arts Center and Community Theater, located in Amherst, New York. The Canterbury Woods Performing Arts Center and Community Theater was conceived by the owner as an important addition to their continuing mission of enhancing the quality of life of the more than 400 continuing care retirement residents, staff, and the surrounding community. The innovative elliptical design proposed for the space is unique in that it is constructed of 8-inch and 10-inch radius insulated concrete forms, walls, and structural steel. The construction challenge for Lehigh was integrating the materials and unique shapes of the radiused and sloped walls into the first building of its type in New York State. The 13,000 square foot, $7 million project, affectionately nicknamed the Tulip by Canterbury officials, has provided Canterbury Woods residents and the community at large with a multi-purpose performance space that can accommodate 250 patrons. The raised stage, combined with gently sloping floors and fan-shaped seating arrangements, balances clear sight lines, acoustical intimacy, and accessibility. The surrounding corridor not only provides wide-open access to the theater, but also serves as a reception area. The theater features custom millwork to enhance acoustics and appearance, a state-of-the-art audio-visual system, a sound loop integrated into the floor to aid residents with hearing devices, dressing rooms, cast rooms, and green rooms. The new venue has been exceptionally well received by residents, management, employees, and the public, and is already booked into 2024 with a full slate of performances including concerts, sermons, live shows, traveling shows, dance, lecture series, movies, and campus events. In meeting with the owner's original vision, the state-of-the-art theater now provides a dynamic venue to Canterbury Woods residents and the Western New York community. Our third award winner is Pasilico El Sol Joint Venture for the Van Wyck Expressway capacity and access improvements to the John F. Kennedy Airport Contract 1. The Pasilico El Sol Joint Venture, in association with Dewberry Engineers, GPI, Lero Engineers, and Advanced Testing Company, together with their key subcontractors, collaborated on the Van Wyck Expressway design-build project from the letter of intent through the entire proposal phase. The design-build team analyzed the site conditions along the Van Wyck, the optimum bridge reconstruction approach, utility relocations, and staging alternatives for all bridges that could best meet the project requirements detailed in design-build contract documents. This $327 million design-build project increased the corridor width to allow for the widening of the Van Wyck Expressway to provide greater capacity between the Kew Gardens interchange and the John F. Kennedy International Airport to improve access to and from the airport. It also resolved deficient ramp geometries and structural deficiencies of the bridges. The Van Wyck Expressway provides passenger and commercial truck access routes to the airport. 9 overpass bridges were reconstructed and lengthened to allow for the future widening of the Van Wyck Expressway. 4 of the 9 bridges were replaced entirely, and 5 were lengthened and underwent deck replacements. Complex staging allowed the bridges to remain operational throughout the construction. Through the development of alternative technical concepts in the procurement process, the Integrated Design-Build team developed an innovative solution to build new bridge abutments behind the existing abutments while keeping the bridges open to traffic. This top-down method utilized micropiles and tiebacks. The abutments were constructed under local roadway nightly lane closings. The excavations were plated over with bridging, and the structures were opened fully during the day. To avoid the numerous utilities that cross the bridge and intersections, a 3-dimensional model of the underground utilities that were identified from the test pit and as-built data was utilized. The model has allowed the design team to strategically place the tieback with sufficient clearances to avoid conflicts. A Build New York Honorable Mention Award goes to Pike Conductor Joint Venture for the Li-Cycle Warehouse and Visitors Center. The Pike Conductor Joint Venture team provided construction services for the construction of a multi-purpose 275,000 square foot Li-Cycle warehouse, administrative offices, and visitor center in Rochester, New York. This project is the first completed ground-up project for Li-Cycle in the Rochester area and is part of a much larger development for the firm in the Rochester community. The project was performed in partnership with County of Monroe IDA requirements for usage of local labor. Li-Cycle was founded in 2016 to address a missing link in the future of global electrification: the lack of an economically and environmentally sustainable lithium-ion battery recycling solution. The administrative office area of the facility was designed and built to accommodate over 100 employees that cover a wide range of business functions that Li-Cycle requires as part of their expansion into the Rochester, New York market. The employee support areas include several conference and collaboration rooms, locker rooms, bathrooms, and seating areas. Due to Li-Cycle's demand as a growing international company, these areas were built for flexibility in usage, knowing they will have many visitors and traveling workforce needs for the foreseeable future. The warehouse was purpose-built to support approximately 8,000 pallet positions of racked product and almost 100,000 square feet of flexible floor space storage for the tenant. Features 2 areas of loading docks, at grade and below grade, for tenant-specific logistics needs. The warehouse was designed and constructed as a Type 1B structure with several upgraded life safety systems due to the specific nature of the products being stored. The 4,100 square foot visitor center was constructed with the flexibility to be a conference, training, or large event space for upwards of 200 visitors. With a large curtain wall facade covered with a custom perforated metal screen that is integrated with Li-Cycle's logo. This space is the signature design element for the public-facing side of the facility and brings a unique architectural feature to an otherwise purpose-built industrial facility. Congratulations once again to all the AGC New York State Jeffrey J. Zogg Build New York Award recipients. At this time, we'd like to thank this year's Jeffrey J. Zogg Build New York Awards jury. We're honored to recognize and extend our congratulations to the recipients of the Associated General Contractors of New York State Distinguished Service Award and the AIA New York State Professional Service Awards. Join us as we celebrate their outstanding achievements and contributions to their respective fields. AGC New York State Distinguished Service Award. The Associated General Contractors of New York State Distinguished Service Award recognizes individuals who have provided extraordinary service, commitment, and integrity to the construction industry. This year's award is presented to Tom Judson, Jr. AIA New York State Daniel Patrick Moynihan Award. The Daniel Patrick Moynihan Award recognizes public officials or individuals who, through their efforts, have furthered the public's awareness and appreciation of design excellence in public architecture. In his numerous political and academic roles, Daniel Patrick Moynihan emphasized social and economic justice. Prior to his election to the Senate, he served as counselor to the President for Urban Affairs and was noted for his ability to meld academic research to public policies. As chair of the U.S. Senate Committee on Environment and Public Works, he expanded awareness on the effects of the environment and public infrastructure on the communities. The first recipient of this year's award is presented to Karen L. King, Ph.D. The second recipient of this year's award is presented to Marcus Kessler. The Nelson Aldrich Rockefeller Award recognizes licensed architects employed in the public sector in New York State, whose work on projects within their jurisdiction has furthered the cause of design excellence in public architecture. Nelson Rockefeller devoted a significant portion of his life to public service, most notably serving as the 49th governor of the state of New York from 1959 to 1973. During his tenure as governor, he championed a progressive approach to art and architecture, overseeing the expansion of the State University of New York, the building of the Nelson A. Rockefeller Empire State Plaza in Albany, and creation of the New York State Council on the Arts. This year's award is presented to Robert Konarkowitz, R.A. AIA New York State Henry Hobson Richardson Award. The Henry Hobson Richardson Award recognizes AIA members licensed in New York State and practicing in the private sector who have made a significant contribution to the quality of New York State public architecture and who have established a portfolio of accomplishments to that end. One of the founding fathers of American architecture, Henry Hobson Richardson designed many significant public buildings in New York State and the United States. His design of the New York State Capitol, Albany City Hall, and the Buffalo State Asylum for the Insane led to the establishment of his signature style, Richardson Romanesque, and greatly impacted the landscape of the cities in which they were built. Admired by his peers and lauded by architects since his death, Richardson's career and body of work exemplify the importance of design excellence in the public sector. The first recipient of this year's award is presented to Alan Swerdlow, FAIA. The second recipient of this year's award is presented to David Miles Zizkind, FAIA. At this time, we'd like to thank this year's AIA New York State Professional Awards jury. Congratulations once again to the recipients of the Associated General Contractors of New York State Distinguished Service Award and the AIA New York State Professional Service Awards. Everyone at AIA New York State and AGC New York State would like to extend our sincerest appreciation to our sponsors, without whom this event would not be possible. Video sponsor, Pike Construction Services. Level 3 sponsors, Andron Construction Corporation and Ryan Biggs Clark Davis Engineers. Level 2 sponsors, Grassi Advisors and Accountants and Loring Consulting Engineers. Level 1 sponsors, Couch White LLP and Lehigh Construction Group. AIA New York State and AGC New York State proudly extend our congratulations to the recipients of this year's awards for their exceptional projects and significant contributions to the practice and advocacy of New York State public architecture. Your remarkable endeavors have made a lasting impact, showcasing the formidable power of collaboration among owners, architects, engineers, subcontractors, suppliers, and craftspeople. Together, your collective efforts have yielded extraordinary solutions that serve as an inspiration to us all.